Hello and welcome to Bold and Beautiful today with your girl Tiana. We are walking and I have been doing this walk. I started 3 days a week walking for an hour. And it's so nice out. This is like the best time to walk, I think. Well, your girl works a 9 to 5. And then, really 8 to 5. So I work at 8 to 5. I'm a mom. I'm a wife. I'm a sister. I'm an aunt. And I'm in my 40s. My kids are actually grown. Um, my my third child is 17. So the other two are like grown. And they're in their 20s. But for their 20s, they're grown and doing life. Okay. And then so my baby, she's 17. And she's the last baby in the household. And so I'm in my 40s. And so we're healing. Your girl's healing and growing and learning. And I like to share that with others. I like to be bold. I like to be beautiful. I like to be bossy. I'm a mom. I've raised my kids, even though my kids probably look older than I do. Some people say I am starting to look older, which I am embracing that. I love it because I've always looked young. So thank you. I'm going to embrace when I become a grandma. Some people already call me, hey grandma. So hello. I will surely take the role. But we are walking in a beautiful, let me show you the views. Okay. And the goal is to walk, to get that walk in, because walking is good for your heart healthy. Also, it's very good for your mindset. It clears your clarity, gets you thinking, gets you clearing out stuff. We do so much thinking in our mind. It's like, you gotta get out of there and not think. Just walk and do. But me and my husband came here. This is only like 7 minutes from my house. And he came to do some little fishing, catch and release. And then I was like, I cannot believe I don't bring to the park. This is our park. And walk the trails. And that's when it started. Like, I made the goal. And that's what you gotta do. You gotta make goals. And your girl's working on goals and healing. And I'm gonna take you through that journey with me. So thank you for being here on this journey with me. Hello. Thank you. Did you see the rabbit? Oh. We're about to come up on some gorgeous views here. The sun's going to be shining through the trees. But I made a goal. I was like, I'm going to start 3 days a week, 1 hour, just coming to the park and walking. And so I get home, and then today I got home from work. I started dinner, and then I swept and mopped the floor, and then I came out here walking. Bossing it. Sun. Thank you. But yes, we're walking. How's your mindset? I'm working with little goals that I can do to change. I am also eliminating some bad habits out of my life. And then some habits that I just completely cut out and let go. And it was just like, okay. And one thing that I quit is drinking coffee. I have been a coffee addict, a coffee drinker for like, oh my gosh, since I was 16. And I'm 40, in my 40s. But one day I was like, I don't want coffee anymore. And I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna give it up and see what happens. I'm not yearning for it. I'm not one of those people that have to have coffee in the morning. But I know people that do. I'm not going to skin over and show the views. I'm about to walk up and down these hills, but this one is really steep that I'm about to go down. And when I first started, I was like really doing heavy breathing because I'm like, I don't really exercise. I work in an office, and like I used to work 2 jobs serving, and so you got a lot of exercise, but this literally like makes you go fast. But check out these views. They're absolutely beautiful. And it's like in my backyard, like 7 minutes from my house. So if you can find somewhere to walk, I encourage you. Even if you can do it in your neighborhood. I live in an older community, and I don't know, it's just you can walk. I just don't find it convenient for me. Now there's a man who started walking in the neighborhood, and he was like, it was like he got off work. He was literally in his working boots and walking the neighborhood. And he started a few years ago, and then he now like wears proper tennis shoes or whatever, but he started in his boots, just got out, maybe out of his truck and off work and got settled, and then started walking the neighborhood. And he's doing that because it's good for your heart and your health and your mindset, and just, I don't know, something about being with nature as well. They said it does you some good. And so I've been like doing that. Hug a tree. Put your feet in the water in the creek. Embrace what you can embrace around you, because we are so as humans want to control things. I don't know, some people want to control, and we can only control so much. So if you need some healing, I recommend you hugging a tree. This tree is, look how big this tree is. Hugging a tree. Now, there's my favorite tree around here. I'll show you. I'm a little late on my walk today. Usually I start probably 20 minutes earlier than I started today. Hello, hello, darling. People come in, so then I like to turn the camera around. And then you can see the back of the videos and myself walking. So my daughter started walking, and she started walking with me last week. Out of my walks that I do for the week, and then her friend joined us. So, but then I done passed them up. They had to stop in the creek and play in the water. But you can do that here. And parks are usually open from like sun up, or ours was open at 5 a.m. to dusk. What was that? But today, I came a little later, and it seems like all the older people are here. But there's not that many people here. It's still kind of all the kids. The big park is kind of up, so kind of separates this area. I thought I heard nothing. Hello, hello. We are walking. We are walking for our hearts. We are walking for our mindset. If you can change your mindset, you can change your life. So I've been working on goals and changing things and healing myself, because I think we all need some healing. So I've been working on some material I'm gonna put it together. I have to get my mindset right. It's important to get you right because self-care is my game. Tiana is my name. Tiana is my name. Self-care is my game. So that's a pretty big tree. And then they have, oh my gosh, look at this tree. There you go. Hug a tree. Hug a tree. They say it does so much goodness for you when you hug a tree. Try it. Let me know what you think. 2024. We working on ourselves. We working on our mindset. We got to work on internally, internally, internally to down. So cute. There's a couple walking together. And then there's also benches, so you can stop and rest. Beautiful nature views today. I love it. Back to it. See, yesterday in the park they had a scavenger hunt thing for parents and their kids, and they was going through the park. You know, some kind of, oh, I think it's a bird watch. Where I live, we have a lot of birds, and we have a lot of trees. We have a lot of trees and a lot of birds. But I love connecting with nature, and it's such great healing for you. See the flowers, y'all? Now on my way to this walk. I lived here for so many years. I grew up here. And then I moved to Indy. And then Indiana, downtown Indy. And then I moved back. But they have big, giant houses. Big, giant houses. With gigantic pools. Goals. I don't, but I don't know if our next house, if we want to do a tiny house or what we're going to do. Because, I don't know, things are changing in our dynamics, family. So my kids are moving, they're growing up, moving out. We don't need that big house. And we bought an older house. It's our first house. And we worked really hard to buy our first house. We kept getting screwed over, renting, doing work for people, and fixing up their houses. And because my husband does a little bit of everything. And then it was enough is enough. And so we worked and busted our butt and got a house. And look, when we started, my credit wasn't the best, but My husband didn't even hardly, he had low credit, so he had established credit. But let me tell you, when we started, and now he has excellent credit. Excellent credit. Excellent credit. So if you need to reset anytime in your life, don't be afraid to do that. I'm going to motivate you that you can reset anytime in your life, as many times as you need to, and you make the rules. You are the creator. You have to set boundaries, and gonna have to say no to some things so that you can get those yeses. But now I'm like, I'm ready to downsize. Like, I'm ready to. I thought about me and my husband visited Michigan this year. We really love Michigan. We love Indiana, but I'd love to explore another place. Or maybe move to the lake or near the water. Um, but yeah. But I have a few more years to think about things. Like my daughter is a junior this year, and next year she'll be a senior. Can you believe it? Your girl has three. Okay, we're walking. I'm gonna show you the views. Some of that nature, being out in the nature. The sun view. Whew. I kind of just walked up a hill. That's why I'm like, that's probably what I sounded like when I first started walking. I was like, but I encourage you, slow and steady wins the race. And it's you against you. And don't compare yourself to other people's journeys. That's the big one I had to learn. Like, from a young age, like anything I said. You're going to have to learn. Like, I had to learn that at a young age. I started working when I was 15, almost 16. That's when I first, and I've been working ever since then. I'm in my 40s. And I've done different types of work, different types of jobs. So I have different aspects of things in the world. Also, friends. I lived with my mom and dad till I was 6. And then they separated. I moved in with my mom till I was 12. And then I moved in with my dad. And so I was like, you know, I moved out like 18, 19. So I have different views and different aspects of life. That's where joy comes from. I just have a joy for life. I'm going to share some stuff with you today. my mom, I had to do hospice care for my mom. I took care of my mom, and my mom got really sick. She lived with congestive heart failure, and then she had the worst rheumatoid arthritis. Her arthritis got so bad that it was just nothing they could do for her, and the pain, was just unbearable for her. Then she got very sick, and it was during COVID time, or I was gonna say it's not the beginning of the COVID. It's probably towards still COVID time, but not the beginning. Probably towards the end of it, but and it was only so many people could see and go up there, and it was hard. And then it became where they was just like, okay, your mom's not gonna get any better. We're gonna have to see about hospice care for her. And so I was at that point in my life. Me and my sisters came together, and we was like, okay, we're gonna do hospice care for our mom. We need our mom out of that hospital, and you need to bring our mom home. Because I didn't want my mom to die alone in the hospital. That was like the worst thing for me. That was the saddest thing, watching people die and be without their loved ones during that time. And just the shady treatment that, the care that was done. And I really, I kind of already knew I'm a woke person, but it's like, where is the compassion? As we need compassion too during these times. So that happened like 3 years ago. See, this is fresh. And then, so we arranged for my mom to bring her home. And then we had set up hospice care for her, and it was so beautiful. I'm going to share, because we hear about it was just a beautiful thing, even though there were some parts in there that was just awful and sad, and the questions that have to be asked and answered. And I learned so much about life, and I learned so much life from my mom. My mother's name was Grace. And so my mom was like the nicest person, and she's so nice, too kind. And it was amazing to experience that with the opportunity to be able to do that. It was a beautiful experience, y'all. We played music. I played her favorite music that she absolutely loved. This gives me coat chills. The Sound of Silence was my mom's favorite song. And so, and Amazing Grace. So I played those songs for her and a couple other songs. And I knew that she was still there with us. It was like she was in and out of this world. She was in between worlds of heaven and earth. I say it. I don't know. You can create your heaven on earth as well. So, but she was in between. And I kind of got got obsessed with the process of things and how things. So I started doing research, and she was like doing smiles, like looking up, and she'd be like, "One more walk." So, and then she was doing these signs of her hands reaching up. Like she was seeing somebody. Somebody was coming for her, y'all. And I've got to see quite a few family members um, being taken and leave this world. But it's an honor. It's an absolute honor to be able to do that. And when I took care of my mom would always thank me. She was like, "Thank you, thank you." I'm like, "Mom, you don't have to thank me. I would do. You are my mom." She was so sweet. She was amazing. She was amazing grace. Oh, got tears in my eyes, y'all. She was amazing. And now I have someone amazing watching over me. But then, you know, my mom passed. And me and my husband, we have been together, married for 8 years. And we've been together for like 25 years. And we've known each other since we were 12. And so then, last year, was it last year? Yeah. We lost my mother-in-law and father-in-law. And I'm going to tell you about the story. Stay with me. And this is beautiful. Love marriage that they was together for so many years. And my father-in-law always said, he said these words. So your words have power. Your words have power. So speak positive to yourself. But he always said to my mother-in-law, and I was very close with my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law and father-in-law were my family. I knew them since I was 12. And so he always said when, how do you say it? He always told my mother, "Nope, if you go, I'm going too." He said that. If you go, I'm going too. After me putting the clues together, because it's just something of a passion of mine, of life I've kind of grown up with, a gift, I guess, that I don't practice, or I've just been learning and within and getting help here and there with things, intuitions and things like that. But anyways, let's get. He said that he would always, he liked to tell my mother-in-law that, but my mother-in-law, we always thought that my father-in-law would be first to pass because he was older and he was more sickly than my mother-in-law. But my mother-in-law had OCD, what was it? No, not OCD, COPD. And then some other health issues. And so going back, putting puzzles of pieces together of your life, because that's what you'll do, is putting puzzles to pieces. Every day is a day for you to learn and grow and captivate. Don't be scared. Some days are, but you'll get through it. most amazing journey. Take a journey through your life. And so she started giving me her phone back. Like, she's like, I don't need my phone anymore. Like her cell phone. And then there was just clues, like small clues. Yo, I'm going up this hill. But there were small clues that she was letting me know that. And I felt it too. But I didn't say anything. It's like one of those things because I'm learning. I mean, something with always. Known about, but yeah. Walking up the hill, y'all. Did it. Excited. I watched some grandma. She was like in her 80s, and she was walking back and up and down, up and down. And she had these leads set out. And I go, oh. She goes, yep, these are my leads. This is how many times I've been. I go, you've been. She goes, 18 times. I go, you've been around here 18 times? She goes, no. I've been just up and down 18 times. I was like, oh, okay. Because it literally takes me like an hour to walk it takes me 3 rounds to walk an hour, I think. Again, I just started, so here, check out the views, y'all, when I'm talking. But yeah, my mother-in-law and father-in-law story. Love story. Okay, now I want to tell you, they're like, was in their 90s and 80s. They lived a very good life. They were the most amazing people. I mean, they didn't have much, but if they had it, they would give it to you. And if anyone ever came over to their house, they would say, get you a sandwich. Make you something to eat in there. And if you came over for breakfast, oh, I got you an egg sandwich right here. You want some coffee? I mean, it was like, they was like that. And they would give you their shirt off their back. They taught amazing life lessons that I took. And that's what you got to do is get, you're going to meet people in your life that are going to be, they're either going to be there seasonal, they just pass by through your life, or they're there to stay in your life. And don't get discouraged because some people are there just for a moment in your life because you're growing to a different level in your life. But it's back to this love story of my mother-in-law and father-in-law. My father-in-law was more sick than my mother-in-law, but my mother-in-law gave me signs that she was going to be passing. And she wanted number one sign that got me, I want to tell you, is she wanted everyone to come spend time with her. And this was probably like a month before she passed. She wanted everybody to come, she was always like, you going to come visit me? And they were always big about family. They have 9 kids. So my husband has 8 brothers and sisters. And then I have 6 brothers and sisters. There's 7 from my family, and then my husband's family, there's like 9. And so, yeah. Okay, so back to the story. She was giving me signs, and I kind of felt it, but it's not something that I can't describe it. I don't know, it's not something I can describe because I'm learning about myself, so learning about it. Learning what I feel and what I see and that sort of thing. But let me flip the camera back. I'm on my last round. Yeah, I'm going to walk 1 more round and that's it. It's like the sun's going down. So then, back to the story. My mother-in-law got sick. Okay. Then that morning she was like, complaining about her heart and her chest. And she's like, no, you need to call the ambulance. I need an ambulance. We was going to take her, but she was like, no. But back to the story. Sorry, I got squirrel brain. She wanted everybody to come see her. My work was literally 5 minutes away from them. So I would go on my lunch break over there to visit and started visiting her because I kind of knew. I just knew things. You just kind of know. I can't describe it. And then, so I started going over there. She started giving me stuff like, I want you to have this sweater. I got you this sweater. And then, oh, this other sweater. She was like, I want you to have this sweater of mine. I know you love, because I work in an office, so I love to wear like stylish sweaters and cardigans and all that. And so she would always pick me up a cardigan or a sweater or something. And so she gave me her phone back, and then she got sick and went to the hospital. And then she got so sick, she's like, you know what? I'm ready. I'm ready to go home. And everybody was like, oh, you're ready to go back home to Larry, to your husband? She goes, no, honey. I instantly knew. I was like, oh, this confirms everything. And she was like, I'm going home. I'm going home. And she was happy. She was joyful. She was like, I'm going home. And it happened. Everything kind of happened fast. It's like slow time when you're going through it, but fast. It's weird to describe, but that's the feeling I can. And so at this time, my father-in-law, he was only the type of person, he didn't get out. The only time he got out was to go to the doctors. And so we had to go get him. And plus he was already 89 years old. So we had to explain to him that his wife is not coming home. His wife will not be coming home. And that we need you to come up to the hospital so that you can talk to her. She wants you to talk to her. And she explained it to him like, honey, I'm ready to go. And he didn't understand at first because his mindset, was not there to understand. So but, it happened. We made it happen. And we got him up there. He said his goodbyes. And we got him back home. Y'all. That morning, he was sick. That morning, he was coughing. We went over there, or something. My husband stayed the night. And then I went over there in the morning because my work is only 5 minutes away. Because I have animals and stuff at home, so somebody always has to be home at night to make sure the household is ran. And so teamwork makes the dream work. And so, yeah, we did. Then my father-in-law got sick that morning and went to the hospital that evening in an ambulance. And my husband instantly knew. He was like, I don't think my dad's going to be coming home. So then, it was all so full of hope. Like, no, he's going to get through this. He's fine. It's just the code. He's a strong man. But also, if you have that choice to stay or go, and his wife is already gone, he's surely going to make the choice to go. But it was a beautiful thing for him. It was like his passing was fast. He went to, so he got sick. No, my mother-in-law got sick. And then maybe it was a few days later. Okay? Stay with me. This is, you don't hear stories like this. So then we already had funeral arrangements for my mother-in-law made. So it was 2 days after. Then my father-in-law got sick. And then he was going back and forth. They would say it was good, but then he got really bad. He had to be put on like the breathing machine and this other machine, but he didn't want to wear this other machine that helped him get good air flow. And so he didn't want to wear it. And so he was in the hospital for 2 days. And then they was like, okay, we don't think he's going to get out of this. He was asking for he basically asked for his last meal. It was biscuits and gravy. He loved biscuits and gravy. And that man had a biscuits and gravy and Diet Coke for his last meal. And then he went out of this world peacefully. Peacefully, y'all. It was literally 6 days apart that my mother-in-law and father-in-law passed away from each other. My mother-in-law passed, and then my father-in-law passed. It was 6 days. It was so close. I tell you, it was nothing like this, that we had to call the funeral home, and he was like, told him the situation. We haven't even had our mother-in-law's funeral yet. It was set. And so then we just added him right beside. He said, if my wife leaves, I'm going too. I'm not staying. And by God, he went too. But yeah, amazing love story. Y'all, thank you for joining me tonight. And thank you. It's getting me out of my comfort zone as well. I'm usually on Facebook, YouTube, on YouTube. And so, but I'm also setting new goals and horizons. And so I encourage you to do the same thing. And I just want to say thank you all for joining me in my walk today, that I'm trying to walk 3 days a week for 1 hour. And so my daughter's over here with her friend. They're probably over here in the creek area. But I'm getting ready to check because the park is getting ready to close. My husband works second shift and I work first shift. And so it's been an adjustment for us. We both we're on the same schedule. Like raising our kids, we work different schedules because we didn't want anyone to be with our children but us. And it was hard to find a babysitter and someone loyal during that time. And just, we was like, okay, we made the decision for our family. You gotta make decisions for your family too. Everything's about learning and growing. And then so we made the decision to work separate shifts. And then when the kids started growing up, then we got on the same shift, and that was like pretty cool. Got home, same time, and then now he works second shift and I work first shift. I always work first shift. I'm not much of a morning person, but I love that I work a first shift job because it gets me motivated and up and out and going. I used to work all shifts. Like I started working like the third shift. And then probably like second shift and mixed it up. I could literally probably work any shift. But I've worked different types of jobs too. My daughter's over this. We're over the. Show you. We're going. And the kids out here in high school, they come out here to take pictures. It's great pictures with the trees. I mean, you can get some amazing pictures when that sun, like even this time of the night. But there's my daughter and her friend over there. But we're going up over here, but everybody likes to take senior pictures and stuff. It's a great view. And then you have the water Over here, there's just a small park. Who would have thunk it? Being like 7 minutes from home. Thank you all for joining me tonight. And thank you for being a part of my healing journey. I hope to do this walk once a week with y'all. So maybe we can start making this like an every Thursday thing. Or if you have another day in mind, let me know. Let me know. But amazing love for y'all. Love and blessings while we heal and grow with each other. That's what it's about. Learning and growing and having fun. And don't forget to smile. It's free therapy.